Live as all mother freaking
Flippities.
live.
This is Lecrae. Is this on? Is it like? Do we
It's
have an
on
It's a Thing YouTube?
YouTube.com/It's a Thing podcast and Twitch.tv/Good Day Internet.
Ooh, hello.
Oh,
Hope
my
you enjoyed that commercial.
Gersh. Or my Gersh.
Wow.
Should I mean, I was like, oh, I wish I could promote this, but no one will see it on Threads for several days.
Hey, Threads is getting to where by Saturday morning I'm seeing latest.
I've made $75 on Threads this week.
Get right out of this town. How?
They invited me, for some unknown reason, to participate in their little bonus plan. The bonus plan is for every 5 threads that get 750 views, you get $75 for a maximum of, I think, like $300, $500, something.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to be in that.
Mr.
I know,
Mosseri.
it's cute. Like, it's, that's not going to retire, but
No, but it's a nice little.
yeah.
That's an
Little-
extraordinarily low
Dinner out.
threshold, by the way.
yeah, 750 views. Yeah.
Like I sent a post thing about getting my mom a new iPhone, and was not even for engagement, just like venting.
Yeah.
And that got 1,500 out of nowhere.
Right?
It's a
Yeah.
hashtag Apple. I'm like,
Because hashtag Apple. In fact, I'm just going to start hashtagging everything Apple.
hashtag Apple.
Max out my 500 quick.
Dang.
Paid, getting those Zuck bucks.
I mean, it's funny because I.
The Mosseri Denari.
I got invited on Instagram to do it. I have a feeling analytics said this guy posts way more on Instagram than Threads. You should sign him up for this bonus program.
Gotta get him in the BP.
Yeah, I unfortunately only post, not only, but I post a lot about, climate change on Threads. So
Having
no one
fun.
ever sees it.
Super fun.
I mean, it
Because
is
you're spiked.
astonishing. The difference in engagement between one time I posted about how the healthcare system is kind of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 hours later, I posted the latest episode of Everybody in the Pool and crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets. It is fascinating. And by fascinating, I mean an extinction level crime against all of us.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Just,
So interesting is what you're saying.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, the president tested positive for COVID and has
Ryan-
canceled a campaign speech.
Ryan with the breaking news. He had that several minutes ago. And I was
Oh,
like,
I didn't see it,
"What?"
Ryan.
And then I looked at my phone and I was like, oh,
I just saw it. Yeah.
that's not good.
It's not good, Bob.
That ain't good.
It's just not a good month for presidents.
Not a good month.
Not great. There have been better months.
There have been better ones.
There have been worse.
There have been worse.
Only a few.
I will just say, I will only say this because it's a different show. I understand. Everyone can now, I've said this several times, but now I really mean it. Bees can stop talking about the 60s now. We're there.
Okay.
There's just been this whole kind of the 60s were a time of greater upheaval. I think now the 60s people can sit down.
I'll need some proper convention drama for that to hold out. And there's a very real possibility that we could have some convention.
Right?
The
Okay, maybe
boomers-
not
the
sit
the
down.
the boomers won't say this, but
They
if
should
they
be
were
on notice.
if they were Gen X, what they would say is, "Let's see your body count."
I know. I was.
Oh,
I'm not
sweet
going to
God.
lie. I read that in your face. I saw your face saying that there
I
haven't
mean,
been
I'm not
successes
disputing
in-
that where the convergence is getting
Maybe I
close.
should just
yeah.
say
yeah,
the
yeah,
60s people are now on notice.
yeah.
Or
Sadly
maybe
true.
the new thing is it's always 1968.
1994.
That's good.
Sorry, 94. Your throne has been usurped.
That is good. Man, I occasionally read this newsletter by this woman, Sarah Kendzior, who is a rhetorical bomb thrower, but has a long view of history that's pretty radical. For example, in her newsletter today, I learned or possibly relearned that I don't think I'd realized that one Senator, Joe Biden, is the one who led all of the hostile attack questioning on Anita Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a bummer. But anyway, she balls. I was telling that story and then I forgot where I was going with it. Never mind.
Chase Oliver? I don't know. I'm just saying random things now.
Yeah, no, we were talking about the 60s and the.
I'm just gonna give it a round of applause though.
Thank you.
Molly's brain. Thanks for
My brain, thanks for trying.
thanks for trying.
Long
You know
view
what?
on history.
A for
Yeah,
effort.
long view on history.
I just wanted more
I don't know.
members of Gen X represented before we got to the millennials. That's all. That's all.
The fact that we just fully got skipped as a leadership layer.
Yeah. It's so
I mean, we're
'Cause
still
we're
not,
great
we're
at
still not
stuff.
out of boomer. I'm just gonna point this out. We're still not, there's no guarantee that we're fully out of boomer.
they will never die.
Yes. No.
Touche.
So like Gen Z, get to 35. Hurry. Please.
Run. Ah, man. Okay. Okay.
Also, I just want to talk to you about back pain too. Also, just be,
I don't even.
be great.
Let's just say that after last week, I've been very inspired to do things to take care of my health this week, and those things keep leading to lots of bummer, such like aging is real and apparently unavoidable.
We've been talking about this a lot on like Good Day Internet and DTS pre-show because several of us have now done our second round of Cologuard.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been refusing for a long time, and they keep sending me the bag in the mail, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that now. I'm like,
The best is when you walk into the UPS store. Here, do you need a receipt?
have
Oh,
to-
hell no.
Christ, this is no. Just
they-
no. I'm like, no.
Is there any kind of obfuscation with that? Does it just say Cologuard on there, or
It just says Cologuard. Yeah.
they don't have the
It
discretion?
doesn't say, hey, there's poop in here or have a poop emoji or anything.
my
It's
poop.
just-
We all know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, there are
And
some.
it's very well constructed. It is a container that has a preservative liquid and a screw, a secured top inside a bag that's inside a box. Like it's,
But everybody still knows when you drop it off that it's a
it's
bag
as
of your
well
poop.
done as it could possibly be. But yeah, everybody says Cologuard.
It's no burgundy loaf. Okay.
Yeah. Guy just looked at me like, yep.
Must be 50.
I mean, like,
Or apparently,
But also,
45.
Round two, buddy. Round
just-
two.
I just
I've
feel
done
like
this before.
every time those come in, that person just goes, "This is where my life's at." Scanning in. Box of
Scanning
poop.
in, poop in a box.
Poop in a box. I thought Amazon returns were depressing.
You know,
return
I did
this.
finally find out that Comcast, you can return your old equipment by taking it to the UPS store. Which, because for a while it was just like you drive to wherever the location is. I mean, I
Yeah,
have so
right,
much old
right.
Comcast, and so I was like, oh, you could just take it to the UPS store. So I guess if I decide to assent to the bag, that I could just do a double drop off.
There you go. Yeah.
Two
obfuscate.
loads of poop. There you
Yeah.
go. Folks.
And if you
But I'm
have
bummed.
one of the old Cologuard boxes that you didn't use, you could put the Comcast stuff in that.
Just there you go. Like, no, it's Comcast.
Comcast card.
Boy, the bonus content's really bonus today, isn't it? So bonusy.
Sorry. Yeah.
bad.
I thought I would elevate the conversation from talking about politics
Exactly.
by bringing up Cologuard.
Let's just.
We went through like a degree of like things
It's not poop.
no
in a
one
bag.
likes. Like we're like, oh, we're talking about meta and then politicians and then
And it
Yeah,
led
yeah.
it's
pretty inevitably.
It was an inevitable road we were walking,
think
I
we
guess,
can
when you
agree.
look back on it.
Hold on, I need to write down that as the title for this.
It was always going to end at poop in a bag.
It's your poop in a box.
That's kind of how this week has been, really. This week is like a poop in a bag week.
Let me cheer you up since we have a live video stream
Hot diggity.
with
An LVS.
some pictures
Oh, yeah.
of a puppy.
Oh no, wait, this
We'll
is
turn,
this.
we'll turn this right around.
This is actually the movie 7.
Just
Don't
by the way,
look.
like as a concerned citizen, oh, what? Look at this face.
7 is the little white dog with the face of joy playing with his best friend Posey.
They're
And
so
Posey's
besties.
older sister Mila is watching over.
Oh God, look at that face.
Sev
No
gives
dog
off
has ever been happier than Sev.
so much like kid brother energy with Sev or kid
There's
child.
Yeah.
Seven and Posey hanging out.
Oh my God, I love them.
The third dog here is his new older friend, 2-year-old friend Roy.
Roy is a
Roy and him
quality
are
dog
chasing.
name.
They're like apparently very similar play styles, so
Good.
they like hit it off right away.
Oh my biscuits. Has Seven, by the way, just like concerned citizen question, doubled in size already?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do we think he's gonna just keep doing that for like a while? Because I
He was
feel like he's gonna
12
be a dire
pounds when-
wolf.
He was 12 pounds when we picked him up.
He's
He
36
is
now.
now 22.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
we
dire
don't
wolf.
know where it ends.
But with
His
lots of
mom
energy.
was 40. His mom was 40 pounds. So
Oh, okay. So that's not so big.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't know the dad.
He
He's just a ball of energy.
is freaking
Now,
adorable.
Tom, be honest with me. Is the name Seven purely reserved for when Sev is in trouble? Is it Sev full time?
It's actually it's Seven or it's Sev when he's like really cute.
Okay.
It's Seven most of the time.
Okay. All right.
And when he's in trouble, it becomes Severance.
That's messed up, but funny.
Yeah, it's just something that sort of happened.
Because you need something with just a little more weight. Like Seven
Yeah,
is
you-
almost too
Severance.
short to be
Because
scary.
we call him Seven regularly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you need the longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Severance.
Severance.
Severance. That's
And then
kinda
you
amazing.
pan out while you zoom in at the same time.
Exactly. When's that show coming back? Speaking of which.
January. They just announced it this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like January
Should've-
19th. I want to
I
say.
realized
15th,
I was
something like that.
asking the right person.
Maybe
Maybe I'll be through my list of romantasy books by then.
maybe this is just
Doubtful.
maybe this is just a product of having kids. You're more aware of the passage of time because you have like literally a marker to be like, oh, you look different.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not prepared for seasons of streaming shows for me to be at different stages of my life from one season of that hit me with Stranger Things so much from like 3 to 4 or something like that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't like have any kids when this last was on, and this is
Oh
messed up.
wow, yeah.
Yeah. That's too precious. They're taking too long.
Yeah, I thought Game of Thrones was bad because I bought a house and started a family by the time that show ended.
I mean, yeah. Huh. You make an excellent point that like significant milestones can occur
Yeah,
in
whereas
between seasons, which is too
don't-
much.
I don't know. I was well, and I don't like. I realize doing 22 or 27 episodes or whatever it is, and just doing that constantly is like the best way to burn out everyone creatively and
True.
with any kind of
Also
integrity.
true.
But like at the same time, I'm like, I just like it when in the fall the new things come out.
No,
nice.
yeah. It's interesting because books, we don't hold books to that standard.
true.
We don't expect a book every year usually. I mean, George R. R. Martin notwithstanding, we'd like him a little more frequently, but
Ever.
Yeah, the idea with books is like, oh, we're used to like, oh, it's a couple of years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But TV shows have always been like, yes, every year you get the new season.
Right.
We film them all.
Yeah.
It's living hell. You get here at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
Weaklings. Sorry.
Eat your spinach.
Did I get
Popeye.
a little Gen X?
Oh, is that a little Gen X on me?
Oh, a little Gen X of me. Suck it up, Buttercup.
This is very aggressive, Molly.
Yeah. It's that kind of 2 weeks is what it is.
Oh, hey.
All right. What do we now that we've covered the important news of the day.
Yeah. Wait,
Poop
no.
in the
Now
bag.
that we've covered all the irrelevant things, let's get to the important things.
Should we do the important things? Do we think? Are
That
we
is
ready?
what we should do.
Are we
That's
ready?
what we should. Sorry. All right. Then let's clap it up then. In 3. Thank you. 3, 2, 1.
And the music in 3, 2. Give it
it to me.
Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood.
And I'm Tom Merritt.
Welcome to It's a Thing, the weekly podcast supported by you, which offers a marvelous ear for the melodies and rhythm of language combined with Rich Troppolino's spare, almost abstract production, have created a lyrical podcast with a haunting power, perfect for listening aloud on a rainy day. Thanks for joining us.
National Public Radio. I would say that Rich Troppolino has spare, almost abstract production.
I think that's fair. Yes.
I don't know if we could create a lyrical podcast with haunting power.
I feel like it's even a little more than slightly abstract, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Almost.
I don't know if you'd
More
want to
than
listen to us on a rainy day.
What? Why not?
I think you want to listen to us every day. That's why.
Oh, look
Don't
at
save
you.
it. We're all the time.
I walked right into that. Listen to the rain, the whisper of the rain, the soft, slow sprinkle. Anyway, this is the Listen to the Rain hardcover picture book published in November 15th, 1988.
1988.
I know. Back when media was so much more peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. You're never mind.
I know. Yeah. Let's not romanticize you know, for hiding under your
Remind
desk
me
waiting for nuclear war.
After we have stopped recording and the live stream is off, I'll tell you what I was about to say that I will definitely not say.
Sorry, audience. There's no amount of Patreon support that will get Tom to confess that one.
Nope. But I do have a chum box for you.
Ew.
Ew. This is something a lot of people already knew about. So,
Is it Shark Week?
this is me putting this into the record. That's the name of that little grid of thumbnails and captions at the end of your news story that says, "You won't believe how this celebrity lost 1,000 pounds." And then, $5 could get you all the ice cream you ever wanted. And it usually has a picture of a dog,
Right.
or a lady in a bikini or something. Yeah, that's called the chum box.
I had no idea that had a name. So actually,
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you brought this because it is a thing. And it's so funny because it's funny that we're now discussing it because I, as some sort of personal purity test, resist the chum box all the time, but it is chummy. Like I want to click all those dumb things.
It's a siren. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, why it works because somebody like ourselves who knows that it's worthless 100%, it's clickbait. Still, every once in a while, you're like, oh, but I kind of want to know.
I know. I'm just like,
what does that celebrity look like now?
right.
Even though I could just do a search.
I could, and it would just probably be such a better idea. And also, I still don't care, but I do care. Why? Oh,
Why do I care? I learned about this because Apple signed a deal, or at least Axios says, signed a deal with Taboola, which is an advertising company that is famous for being the power behind the chum box.
Mm-hmm. I do remember. I've heard
And I didn't
that
know it was
name
called
before.
chum box. Yeah, I didn't know it was called chum
Yeah.
box till I read that story about Taboola.
I mean, it
Surgeon
works on-
reveals stop using lotion on this spot. It's the mystery. That's what it is. They
mystery.
always leave a little information out there. You're like, oh, what's the spot? I just want to know what the spot is. I don't even need to read the article. I just want to know, who the celebrity is.
As people who used to write headlines at cnet.com, aka
Oh, yeah.
me and Tom, we can appreciate the genius and the sheer effectiveness of the chum box. If sharks aren't too good for it, neither am I. I'm going to start clicking that stuff. Just kidding. I'm not going to. One thing I am considering taking up, however,
you will give people money if.
yeah, it's just not the right people, if you will. With the Olympics about to start, I think we can agree that we're all excited about sporting, and many of us will be inspired to pick up a new sport. Like the Olympics always make me want to get hella fit. You know?
Higher, faster, stronger.
Oh yeah, it's so exciting to watch these amazing sports. One sport that is not going to be featured in the Olympics yet, but is nevertheless a thing that is growing in popularity, even beyond its home country of Finland: hobby horse racing.
Wait a minute. Like the stick with the horse head at the end?
Yep. That you straddle like a witch's broom.
Nice. That's
And
a
then
sport.
it's a sport. Hobby horsing.
Of course.
Immaculately coiffed equestrians leap athletically over fences, just like in horse jumping, going as fast as they can against the clock, straddling their stick steeds.
Listen.
And they have really decorative stick steeds. And they did a global competition. Some 260 riders from 22 countries, mostly women and girls, aged between 10 and 20, showed up at the 11th annual Finnish Championship. So it's been like big in Finland for a while, huge in Finland, if you will. But I have started seeing it showing up in my Instagram feed. Just weird little videos of people running around on hobby horses and leaping. And then there was one the other day that was like, hobby horsing is weird and dumb. And then it was a woman hurdling like a 7-foot pole. It was bananas. Yeah, Tom's just pulled it up and you can see I think there's like a video, even if you go up a little higher. I don't know if this is going to become, this woman looks like a freaking warrior, just to be clear. She's like in a bodysuit and she's fit as hell. And she's like all tattooed with like a wild boar and like a murder snake or whatever.
There are categories. This one says a participant competes in the dressage category of hobby. Mm-hmm. You can make anything into a sport. The only thing that makes it silly or not is the seriousness of the participants. And these participants are deadly serious.
Here's how I know that it's a thing. Because there is an article in Rolling Stone from June 13th, 2024. A hobby horsing influencer explains the joy of her misunderstood sport. I will go ahead and drop this in the Discord for your purposes. Hobby horsing replicates equestrian events with a toy in place of the actual horse. Around the early 2000s, it caught on in Finland, and it is starting to spread.
What are the rules? Did you get that far into it? Like, you have to. I assume you have to keep the standard length hobby horse pole between your legs.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then I think you just have to like not knock the pole down if you're vaulting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's really it's really a high jump competition. It's kind of like track and field.
Yeah,
except
right.
It's
just got a horse head at the end of the pole.
Horse head on the end of the pole.
Which is way more fun.
It's like, exactly. Offie James points out in the Discord, it's sort of like Quidditch. And it is, but without magic and stuff. Yeah. And this, and this, yeah, but they're working hard. There are apparently competitions in Germany. This one woman who posted about it, the influencer, is like, I'm training 4 to 6 times a week. She is fit.
This is amazing.
And they're just running around. Yeah. Shout out my friend Nicole on this one, because I had started to see the videos and then she was like, this hobby horsing is a thing. I was like, no, oh my God, it is.
It's for real. This is, this is athletic.
1 month ago.
Wow.
It is athletic. No, it's not even like it. This is not like just like prancing around. This is not clickbait. This is no chumbox material. Not chumbox material.
I love that we have a kind of a slow category of interesting sports on It's a Thing, and hobby horse racing belongs right in there.
Right, it is among the most interesting. Yes, I love it.
People laughed at the idea of breakdancing being an Olympic sport someday, and this year it is. So there you go.
Exactly.
Don't count out the hobby horse race.
Hobby horse is next.
I wonder if professional hobby horse racers keep their calorie count down by using cottage cheese.
Oh my God, such a thing right now.
Cottage cheese is huge.
Did we not talk about cottage cheese? I swear.
We have not yet talked about cottage cheese. I don't think.
Wow.
But people are using cottage cheese to make cookies, to make bread, to make pancakes. Obviously in more obvious ways, like, as an ingredient on toast or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cottage cheese, man. We have been making cottage cheese cookies just to see if they're any good. They're all right.
You're like, they're not.
They're fine. They're a little cheese. tasting for my taste, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my goodness.
it's kind of a keto adjacent situation.
Oh, it is the reason that I
Right?
keep hearing about it constantly is because it's part of the weird obsessive protein crowd. Like the protein crowd has returned cottage cheese to its prior like diet days glory, because it was fully like the 80s diet staple. And now it's sort of just like, oh, it's a great way to get some extra protein throughout the day, because protein. All you can ever have is protein. There's no other food but protein. You got to eat more protein.
And then almond flour.
Yes.
So that you can bring in the gluten-free crowd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe just a splash of protein.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's protein in the almond flour.
Mm-hmm. I do actually. I have two bananas, overripe bananas, and some almond flour, and maybe I can put some protein powder in there, make some protein muffins.
We actually made the banana almond flour cookies. They do not have cottage cheese in them. They just tasted like banana bread, but they were pretty good.
That sounds kind of good. But yes, anyway, I don't mean to steal cottage cheese's thunder, because you're absolutely right that not only is it back as a protein-filled snack, it's back as like a weird ingredient.
Yeah.
For
it's
things.
All over Eileen's TikTok, all these cottage cheese-based recipes. And she's like, I know we're not keto or care, but I'm kind of curious. So we've been trying them out.
Yeah. And is it different?
Oh, yeah. It is not a replacement for anything that we have tried. Maybe we're doing it wrong. But we tried to make the cottage cheese pita bread, where you like mix it, I think, again with almond flour, and then you try to fry it and turn it into a bread, and then you wrap an egg in it, right? Because more protein. Because what you need on your protein is more protein. That was good, but it wasn't bread.
Right.
It was just fried cheese. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. This is actually pretty tasty.
I think that I'm convinced that the sudden kind of obsession with protein is somehow like a meat astroturf. Like it's a meat industry PR thing. Like there's no way everybody all of a sudden was like, you need 10 times more protein than you've been having.
Oh, maybe it's the cottage cheese industry.
Which is the meat industry.
Which is a cottage industry, of course.
I mean, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. I had a hard time. I'm not even going to try to segue to my next thing.
Rich is booing me in private chat. That's how bad that was.
Yeah, that was classic. That was classic, Tom. Let's be real. Come on.
It wasn't good, but it was classic.
It was really only a matter of time, and I'm surprised that it took that long. Cottage industry, Jesus Christ. Woo. You know what that pun was for you, Tom? PR nightmare.
It probably was. Yeah. Yeah. Everything is these days.
Such a PR nightmare. Apparently, it has become a thing to refer to anything negative, like a bad outfit, of your friend, not even a celebrity, as a PR nightmare.
Oh, that outfit was a PR nightmare like that?
This outfit is a PR nightmare.
Those
glasses, the way you're wearing those sunglasses, I saw it specific. I've seen it a couple times, and then I saw it in a video that made me bring it to It's a Thing, and it was like,
oh, this is good. I like
mom
this.
and her daughter, and the mom was like, how do you wear your sunglasses? Because I, put my sunglasses on my face and I push them up and whatever, and the daughter was like, PR nightmare. It's a PR nightmare. You wear your sunglasses like
this usage.
Perched
this is
halfway
amazing.
down. Isn't it the best?
Yeah, it is.
The only problem with validating it as a thing is that it's impossible to search for it as a thing, because it's like because everything just comes up as
actual PR nightmares. Yeah.
Right, PR nightmare. But I have now heard it in Gen Z usage a few times, and I am stealing it.
Mostly for fashion, or can it apply beyond to anything negative?
I mean, I would assume it could apply to anything, really.
My dog was crazy on the ride to daycare. It was a PR nightmare.
Oh my God, that would be a total PR nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If your dog was acting crazy in public.
I love it with your shirt. That's a PR nightmare. That's.
I mean, it's amazing with fashion.
That's beautiful.
But it could also be anything that happened in public, anything at all. I like the idea of applying it to something in public. Like, oh my God, look at this. Look at your parking job. You're like 6 inches, you're 18 inches from the curb. It's a PR nightmare.
Your parallel parking is a PR nightmare.
Your parallel parking is a PR. Your car is so dirty, it's a PR nightmare. Like,
Yes. Oh, I love this.
Wonderful.
I'm definitely incorporating this.
Yeah, this is probably my new favorite discovery, and I don't know how long. Probably since hobby horse racing or even cottage cheese.
We're going to write 3 articles and make sure they go in the chum box, folks. So look for them soon when you're doom scrolling. All right, let's get to the feedback. Feedback at it'sathing.me. Eric from Chicago wrote in with a word thing check. Hi, Tom, Molly, and Rich. I've been seeing a lot of women on social media refer to themselves and their peers as girlies, usually preceded by their preferred group of interest. Book girlies, gym girlies. Meanwhile, men of a certain age, sadly, it's looking like anyone over 30, are less enthusiastically leaning into their own gender-based designation, unk, short for uncle. I don't see any subcategorizing on the unk side, though. There's no gym unks. I guess because the only thing us unks can do anymore is sit down and continue to age. Anyway, maybe we're not that far from ladies and gentlemen being replaced by girlies and unks. Thanks for all you do. The true highlight of my weekend podcast listening. Oh, Eric, that was beautiful.
It's adorable and beautiful. Just
girlies and unks.
I was pretty mad when I saw this email because I had girlies in the bullpen, but I have to give it to you because this email is so good. I did see a great video actually with an influencer I love, a content creator. I don't even know. This guy that I love talking about his goddaughter and talking about what he gets to do as a gunkle, a gay uncle. So there are some variations on uncle. And he was like,
a gunkle?
Parents get to do that. Parents don't get to have any fun, but here's what gunkles get to do.
Gunkle. Wow.
Gay uncle.
That's like cankle, but way better. And I think he's not. I think it was more like an auntie type usage. You know, I don't think it's blood uncle. And it was very cute. I haven't heard unks at all, but I am hearing I haven't seen unks.
Girlies
I definitely
everywhere.
Yeah.
Gym girlies. Are you finding uncle songs or girly songs? There you go.
There you go.
Know. Yep.
Send us your unk songs to follow up on this.
Confirmed. Derek wrote in on weighted vests. Hi, Tom and Molly. So funny enough, I was listening to the latest episode of It's a Thing today, and I was questioning, writes Derek, the story about weighted vests, as despite owning one, I really only use it once a year for the Murph challenge on Memorial Day and the months leading up to it for training. Of course, then I go on Instagram the very same day and see that CrossFit's workout for the day featured rucking, which is essentially a weighted backpack. Go Ruck, as a side note, has become the official apparel and footwear provider of CrossFit and the CrossFit Games. So, wow, you guys totally nailed it. Bravo.
Yeah.
I also want to add to that that CNET posted an article, best weighted vests that are going to go on sale on Prime Day. Yeah, hold on.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Best Prime Day weighted vest deals.
Best Prime Day weighted vest deals with cottage cheese. That won't be a PR nightmare.
Dude, I mean, PR nightmare is actually perfect there. Like, I like this weighted vest because it's like, it's not so big and bulky. It doesn't look like tactical. It won't be a PR nightmare if you wear it on the trail.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Derek. I'm glad. I feel validated.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Jim on pistachio cream. We talked about the Dubai chocolate with the pistachio cream. Said, hey guys, you definitely hit on a rising thing last week when you mentioned pistachio cream. I've been seeing it used a lot recently in savory foods, such as sandwiches like the one below. Love the show. And then sent us a Google Maps link, I guess, to a pistachio cream sandwich. Just kind of the opposite of Dubai chocolate, but still with all the pistachio stuff in it.
I mean, I'm glad pistachios are yummy. And that's, I've had lots of good pistachio things over the years, but man, do they look barferific. Like, it's a troublesome food trend because it's not.
Because it's green. Green food. Green food's always a tough sell.
It's a tough one, especially when it looks so, it gets, anyway, it's It's great. Speaking of this, though, Melly wrote in with a follow-up on the Ninja Creamy, which was, you could probably make pistachio ice cream in. This is the little like doohickey that makes kind of a ice cream on the fly, like personal pan size. She had written in about it on episode 24. Hi, Molly, Tom, and Rich. See the attached photo. CNN is touting the Creamy for Prime Day, and their flavor was black cherry vanilla. Look at that. I can't believe Prime Day just entered the chat and validated all of our items.
I hate Prime Day.
You do hate Prime Day. I mentioned
It's just
about
made
it,
up.
and Tom was like, "Ugh."
Prime Day.
And it's a lie. Most
And
of the
it's
deals
just
are not
one
deals.
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
also, most deals are not deals.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Melly. You're absolutely right.
I haven't bought anything, but I did come close with the weighted vest, if I'm being honest. But I feel like I could probably get one of those on like Facebook Marketplace because you know that people buy them and then stop wearing them.
Yeah, you're good for cheaper, for sure.
don't buy-
And
I
it will
try not to
never
buy
have been
new.
touched. Yeah.
Yep. No new
Well,
stuff.
one of the things we love to do on this show is give shout outs. I mean, who does it, right? Everybody's got a Patreon these days, and you shout out your top Patreon supporters. So to up our game, years ago, we put our shout outs in the good hands of our producer, Rich Straffolino, who continues to outdo himself every week in writing new and innovative shout outs for our top patrons. Molly, what are the shout outs based on this week?
Why, today's shout outs are based on the Commitment to Craft page for MD Paper.
Like a paper company.
Like
MD
a paper, like Dunder Mifflin paper. Talking about paper.
Fantastic.
All right. I think we have a top, bottom, and a middle. Would you prefer to do 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph?
I'm very middle.
All right. I'll start us off. When big middle child energy over here. When Benjamin Forrest is complete, we perform a final Joe Hood in the factory. This is an incredibly tense time, as even the most minute Brian Gianfrancaro will see the entire James C. Smith returned to Lee Price to be remanufactured to the correct Eric Duncan.
Valor Trucks is checked for a variety of specifications such as thickness, weight, and AJ Venturella. Yet the most time-consuming of these tests is the Gabriel Cohen quality check. This incredibly thorough test is conducted by writing A.B. Puppy and Morris Jones over and over using a variety of SW Texas instruments.
We check how well Jake Woods is taken by Louis Saint-Amour, how Kevin Sill dries, and whether Mike Akins bleeds through, while also checking the coarseness and feel and how they affect the writing flow. It is only when each of these tests is successfully concluded that It's a Thing is shipped as a podcast, ready for you to enjoy.
Well done, Rich. SW Texas Instruments.
I mean, that's worth the price of admission right there.
That's
In my
commitment to
opinion.
the craft.
That's commitment to the craft. Thank you for committing yourselves and your dollars to our show. Patreon.com/itsatthing is where you can support the show directly. You could end up in the shout outs, but even if you don't, you'll get bonus content, an ad-free RSS feed, and access to our Discord to chat along live with your fellow patrons each week.
You can buy some of the stuff we talk about on the show through our affiliate links, and we actually have an alarm clock shirt. We have a no self-checkout tote bag. We have an It's a Thing mug. Go find them all at itsathing.me/shop and keep those emails coming, folks. Feedback at itsathing.me.
See you next week. Every
Bye,
new beginning
everybody.
comes from some other beginning's end.
Give it to me.
R.I.P. Brenda.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Hey. Don't need no flashlight to see the truth.
Rich trying to make me cry with the little Brenda shout out. Is that what that was? It was, wasn't it? I can't hear you, bro. You're muted or
I
whatever.
forgot to take it out the template from last time.
Oh,
So it was not considerate in any way. Or meant to make you cry. It's pure negligence.
I don't
on
even
my
think it's the
part.
right song, is it?
I don't know.
No, that's closing time.
Every
There's
new
some.
beginning comes
Her.
I remembered. This made me remember. That's what was on my mind. Is earlier the Sarah Kendzior newsletter was all about the devastation that she felt about the death of Shannon Doherty, aka Brenda from 90210. And she was writing about how that brief period in the 90s, basically like between the Iraq War and 9/11, was this like sorry, not the Iraq War, between
Desert Storm?
something that came before that and 9/11. The Cold War. Between the Cold War and 9/11.
Cold War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay. No, it seems
something
obvious
ended
now
in
that you
the
say
80s.
that.
Right. So that she was like, this period between the Cold War and 9/11 was like, in retrospect, so idyllic that it almost feels like it was like a plant to lull us into some sense of, peace and joy or whatever. And then just like start torturing people as a national, pastime. Anyway. But I was like, 90210. And the 90s.
It's true.
And she referenced an REM song, I guess, that played in their breakup. I will confess to you that it's not because I thought I was too good for it. I just sort of wasn't paying attention and I didn't watch 90210.
It's also a cultural blind spot for me as well.
Yeah. It's a hole
Did you watch the reboot?
Was there a reboot?
I actually
90211.
90025.
Nice one.
They I think they did a reboot of that. And I also remember when Beverly Hills 90210 was popular, the cool thing was to be a fan of Melrose Place instead. Right? It was like, oh yeah, the Sellout's like 90210, but Melrose Place is so much better.
Sellout.
It's like edgier.
That's how you do it. Was the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was just like in college and didn't have a TV. Like I just wasn't aware or something. I wasn't paying attention. It was sort of the same with Friends.
I remember watching 90210 and Melrose Place at the bar. Like people would come to the bar and, they would turn it on before, because the bands wouldn't start playing until 10 p.m. in Austin. So they would like have the TV on and people, because it was Austin. They're like, we're not watching sports. We're watching Melrose Place, Beverly Hills 90210 and The Simpsons.
Enjoyed on this 13-inch TV.
Simpsons.
Oh yeah, no, it was totally like a 13-inch CRT up above the bar. You could barely see it.
It was not on syndication before my parents got home, and also it was not a PBS mystery, so it was not seen in my house.
What was on syndication before your parents got home in your day and age?
It was a lot of Seinfeld, a lot of like the TGIF stuff you'd catch in there. But like I watched that's the only way I've experienced Seinfeld, except for the finale. My parents were like, all right, you can watch the finale.
Wow.
But then
You are a babe.
Simpsons, ton of Simpsons, like prime Simpsons seasons.
Because for me, it was Brady Bunch, The Munsters, The Happy Days,
Mine was
Lucy,
Bewitched.
Like
I would every day
Nick
after
at
school,
Night.
I would watch I Dream of Jeannie and then Bewitched.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
imagine that I had
confusing.
magic powers. And it was confusing. And
That's
then,
like watching Melrose Place and Beverly Hills 90210 back to back.
it kind of is. And then I think they would air Gem and the Holograms right after that.
Oh,
That was new content.
Yeah.
But this will make you laugh because I lived in North Dakota. Like they wouldn't air The Simpsons. The Simpsons just came out on Fox, and we didn't get Fox because they were just like, that show is inappropriate.
Inappropriate. We will not air it.
I mean, my parents didn't know we were airing The Simpsons either. When mom got home, there's many an episode I've never seen the end of because mom got home.
Truly outrageous. Sir ATW knows. I should have realized that you would know. Truly. And in the morning, I would watch Fraggle Rock before school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. See, mornings for us was old timey cartoons. So like Heckle and Jekyll, Woody Woodpecker,
Punch and
Tom
Judy.
Tom and Jerry. Not usually the Looney Tunes stuff. That was too expensive, I guess. I don't know.
What a fancy anime.
I mean, it is funny how I was literally watching these black and white shows from like the 60s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not Fraggle Rock, obviously.
No, of course, but yeah.
And Gem. Gem, I mean, that was sci-fi.
Magical.
Well, so was I Dream of Jeannie.
Truly true.
I know. It's fantasy, I guess.
I should have seen that coming, yeah.
This genre. Yeah.
Outrageous. Oh, Gem.
Hollywood's new single, the theme song to Gem.
Who is excited about, speaking of remakes from our childhood, some of my happiest high school memories, this sounds a little pathetic, but I don't care, were involved driving around in my Mustang on the back roads of Bismarck listening to the Lost Boys soundtrack on cassette.
That sounds like the most
Classic.
awesome memory to have.
Yeah.
There's nothing
It
to
was
be ashamed of there.
Amazing. Who is like kind of super excited about the Lost Boys reboot directed by Taika Waititi with Timothée Chalamet? Yes?
Rat
No?
Boy himself?
Maybe?
Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet? Rat Boy himself?
Timothée
Rat Lost Boy?
Chalamet.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm watching the Lost Boys this weekend. It's happening.
Molly, I've never seen Lost Boys.
You are just a babe in the woods.
It's a weird. I have a ton of weird 80s, 90s cultural blind spots where it was just like I had no access to it, and by the time I did, I wasn't interested. Like I was like, it was like another generation's thing.
I mean, it kind of is, and it might be a little. I don't know if it will have aged.
I mean, I will still watch, but now it's like it's me just being a jerk about it. But when I was growing up, I never saw any of the like classic John Hughes movies, like any of them. And I get like Jackie gives me shit about it all the time. We have a bunch of friends, and now I'm at the point where it's like, all right, I'm just comfortable being this way. You've made it a big deal. I listened to How Bizarre. That wasn't that great. You made me feel horrible about that. So I'm not watching any John Hughes movies. Okay.
You are young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really.
Taika Waititi is doing Time Bandits on Apple
I
TV.
did hear
on
that.
Apple
Oh
TV
my
Plus.
God! It looks like this Lost Boys thing might actually be in some question. It might not be real. Oh,
I'm kind of down for a Time Bandits.
my dream is crushed.
Like those are the types of movies I want remade where it's like, are we like, I don't know. I'm not that precious about Time Bandits. So I'm like, let's make it, we could just have some fun with that.
I watched Time Bandits for the first time somewhat recently, and I was like, this is not good and somewhat unwatchable. So if there was like a cool new version, I might be into that.
There's a Taika Waititi Jermaine Clement version coming to Apple TV Plus with Lisa Kudrow in it.
Flawless victory.
That was like a lot of syllables.
I know.
Dang.
I can repeat it slower for those
Please
in the
do.
audience who didn't quite catch that.
I'm like, can you do that again?
I'm not sure I can, actually.
You slipped into the audio version of the Cyrillic alphabet for just 1 second.
Da. Извините, я спешил на автобус, Taika Waititi.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. All right, fine. I guess I'll have to stick to the OG Lost Boys.
That's probably best, right?
I guess.
I suppose.
All right, my friends. I got a scoot. I'm going to Second City, Best of Second City performance
Ooh,
tonight.
that's
at
fun.
Berkeley
Super
Repertory
fun.
Theater. I know.
Very
I need
exciting.
a comedy show.
Well, thanks everybody in the Discord and on the live stream for hanging out with us. And we will hopefully keep this up with the live stream. So check that out at youtube.com/itsatthingpodcast and twitch.tv/gooddayinternet. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the cottage cheese.
Make 'em laugh.